I hope everybody is having a wonderful Pesach. At about this time, you should have already had a wonderful, beautiful Seder, giving over the lessons that we have from the Seder. And now we're at about the time where we have the 7th day of Pesach. This is really not a day that's talked about too much because most institutions are closed. But here we have a great opportunity from the Kollel to share a little bit of Torah about the 7th day, which is a very unique day. It's the day of Kriyas Yamsuf, the splitting of the Red Sea, which in a sense is really the finishing of what we started with Yetzias Mitzrayim. Hashem took us out of Egypt, but yet the Mitzrayim, the Egyptians, were still there, and they were following us, and they sort of caught us in between, as we would say, a rock and a hard place. But in this case, it was between an army coming to kill them and a sea that was going to drown them. So they were kind of like, where do we go? Answer is right into the sea. With a tremendous nace from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, chesed from Hashem, the sea split, everybody went through. The Mitzrayim, in an incredible miracle, decided to actually follow them. Who would have thunk? After 10 plagues being totally demolished, I think they would have said, okay, enough, we should stay away. But amazingly, they did not, and they followed them into the sea and eventually being totally destroyed and demolished. Now, totally finishing off the freedom of the Jews. Up till this point, they still had their masters alive. And now the masters were dead and they were totally free. But what's amazing here is this is both the ending of the original Yetzias Mitzrayim, which is why we don't say another Shehechiyanu on the 7th day of Pesach, a very unique thing, is because it's really the same holiday. And it's really both the ending of Pesach, but also the beginning of our journey. Is the Jews now go into the Midbar on their path to be able to get the Torah, which brings us to an incredible level of connection with Hashem and a ability to learn really what HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants from us in a totally different way than before. And as the Ramban points out in his introduction to Shemos, that truly Geula doesn't end. We're not totally out of Mitzrayim. We're not totally in freedom until we have Hashem living in our midst in the way that Hashem did from the Avos, from the time of our forefathers. And that really comes in the completion with the creating of the tabernacle. And it really started with Matan Torah. So now we are really both ending the physical leaving of Mitzrayim, and we are continuing the spiritual growth that's necessary to really become totally free and in Geula. So again, this Shvi Shel Pesach, we should really keep these ideas in mind, is because they're always extremely applicable to us. Is no matter where we are, no matter where we come, we always have these two aspects. We have to take care of our physical aspect of making sure that we have the capabilities of doing what we need. And we also have to always make sure that we're on that journey and continuing growing, getting to that level of Matan Torah where we can create a true Geula for ourselves. Have a great Yantiv.